A landlady who has told customers that they can actually smoke in her bar because she thought she'd found a loophole in the law could face a fine of £2,500 from the Environmental Health Department. She had turned a tap room, which has its own bar beside the main bar, into the Smoking Research Centre. All the customers had to do was fill out a questionnaire on their smoking habits. However, health officials have ruled the idea as illegal, as her bar isn't an approved research facility. There we are. Well, would you actually welcome the return of smoking in bars, or do you quite like it as it is?
No, and no, and no, and no, no, no. Absolutely no. Can't have it again. I mean, we've got rid of that smell, haven't we? You know, when you go home, and we've got rid of when you're eating in a restaurant and somebody smells, you've got rid of that. You've got rid of that dreadful blue haze, haven't you? We don't want it back. The only thing I will say, and there used to always be, why couldn't there be, that before this real ban came in, a proper smoking room away, like it used to be? So I know that the smoke would filter, but why couldn't there have been something like that, instead of having to stand outside in the rain? I do understand that, and I'm not a smoker, and I do understand it must be horrible to do that. But surely they've got their own little community outside now.
Well, do you know, they have those smoking rooms in airports. And actually, they do look like testing labs where people are being tortured. Because there's so much smoke in there. You go in there and you can see people go... and you just think, how disgusting. Why would you... Now, I don't smoke, but actually, I'm 50-50 on this because...
Yeah. I thought you were running up to your age for a second.
No! I'm not 50 yet! But no, seriously, I am. And I love the fact that you don't go home smelling of smoke, and you don't have to wash your clothes every 5 seconds. And not that I don't wash my clothes, because I do. But you know, as soon as you get in, you've got to wash them because everything smells of smoke. And I do like that. I do like the clean air thing. But it's the antisocial thing that I can't stand, because almost all my friends smoke. And so inherently I'm sitting in a bar on my own while everybody else is outside. Now, the other thing that bugs me about it is that the problem with smokers is they are totally and absolutely selfish. Because I will go and sit outside with them and freeze my bum off, right, while they're smoking their heads off. But there's absolutely no way in a million years, not even at a restaurant, would they consider not smoking and sitting with me all night. It just doesn't happen, and that winds me up. Well, I am an ex-smoker,
we're both ex-smokers. I mean, I quit 5 years ago, and I know how hard it is. If you really want a fag, you know, it's a desperate situation, and especially when you've got a drink and everything. So I agree with you. I think there should be a room, well, at least somewhere with a roof on it, you know, because they're all out there getting rained on and all the rest of it.
Serves them right.
But I don't I don't think they should bring it back to pubs and stuff. It's lovely going in there all nice and clear.
I must admit, I went to, I think it might have been Terminal 5, I can't remember, one of the airports recently, and as you pulled in, there was this smoker's bit outside, because you can't even stand by the door there, and it was hilarious, because it looked like a cattle pen, and it had like this grey bit going around, all you could see was legs, and sort of underneath, and then... like that out the top. It looked so awful and so antisocial.
They should bring a hypnotist in with them, shouldn't they, and try and get them while they're all in there, because that worked for me once.
The other thing with smokers, why do they think they have the right to drop their smoke tabs, are they called, at the end of a cigarette? Dog ends. On the floor. Why do they think they can throw them on the floor? Why don't they think they have to clear them up?
Exactly,
I don't understand that.
Yeah, they do that. You know, people come around my house and smoke.
Dried cigarette arrangements on walls as you're walking down the street.
Like
little ashtray
like New York. They all look like New York, don't they?
Well, I think they should have. Maybe they should have kept it inside.
Why?
Well, because I think it looks really, really ugly and bad. Crowds of people standing outside buildings smoking.
But what if you're eating though, and someone
I know,
lights
exactly. But you always had that though in restaurants. You always had smoking sections and non-smoking sections, and you know,
but it never quite worked. It did always filter over.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm sick of sitting on my own.
It's nothing to do with smoking.
No. Thank you. If you fancy winning.